Welcome to ancient Earth, where every fossil tells a story, and every bone holds a whisper from the deep past. This is a world recovered from stone, a narrative written across eons. It's a place of colossal beings and epic timescales, where the rules of life were forged in a crucible of survival. Here, we can journey back to an age when the planet was both alien and strangely familiar, a world waiting to be rediscovered through the clues it left behind. We find ourselves in a place far from the popular imagination. This is the Gobi Desert, 75 million years ago. Forget the humid, dripping jungles so often depicted. This is a world of stark beauty and harsh survival. Vast sand dunes stretch to the horizon, sculpted by a relentless wind. The sun beats down on a cracked and arid landscape, where life clings to existence with fierce tenacity. This is an environment that breeds efficiency and ruthlessness. Life here is a constant battle for resources. Water is scarce, and shade is a precious commodity found only among rocky outcrops and sparse, hardy vegetation. The creatures that inhabit this world are perfectly adapted to its extremes. They are not lumbering giants of a bygone era, but finely tuned survivalists. Every sense is sharpened, every instinct honed by the unforgiving nature of this semi-arid world. The air is thin and dry, carrying the scent of dust and distant struggles. In the shadow of a low, scrubby bush, something moves. It is a flash of motion, a blur of feathers, and focused intent. The movement is quick, economical, and utterly silent. It is a hunter, its eyes scanning the barren plains with an unnerving intelligence. This is not a creature of brute force, but one of calculated speed and precision. Its silhouette is a paradox of reptilian form and avian grace, a hint of the evolutionary secrets it holds. It is low to the ground, no taller than your knee. It steps into the open, a creature the size of a large turkey, covered in a mantle of feathers. Ever wonder what it would be like to face a real raptor? Not the 6-foot movie monster, but the genuine article. Its danger is not in its size, but in its sophisticated design. It is a compact engine of predation, built for a world where a moment's hesitation means death. The creature before you is Velociraptor mongoliensis, the swift Caesar from Mongolia. Its name, bestowed upon it after its discovery in these very deserts in the 1922nd, perfectly captures its essence. The paleontologists who unearthed its bones recognized they had found something special, a predator whose anatomy spoke of a dynamic and active lifestyle, a far cry from the sluggish reptiles once imagined. This discovery was a key that would unlock a new understanding. This is no scaly, man-sized beast. This is something smaller, smarter, and infinitely more interesting. The reality of this animal is far more compelling than the fiction it inspired. It is the real Velociraptor, a creature that represents a pivotal point in paleontological history. It is an animal that fundamentally changed how we see the age of dinosaurs, challenging our perceptions and forcing us to reconsider the nature of these incredible beings. The proof of its feathered coat is written in its own bones. Fossilized forearms of Velociraptor show distinct quill knobs, identical to those found on modern birds, where flight feathers anchor while it could not fly. These complex feathers were not mere fluff. They may have been used for display, to attract mates, for insulating its warm-blooded body from the desert's temperature swings, or for providing stability while running down its agile prey. Its arsenal was specialized and deadly. While its jaw was filled with sharp, serrated teeth, the true weapon was on its feet. Each foot bore a sickle-shaped claw on the second toe, held retracted off the ground as it walked to maintain its sharpness. This talon, nearly 3 inches long, was not for slashing. Instead, it was likely used as a grappling hook, pinning struggling prey to the ground. while the raptor began to feed. A grim and brutally effective tactic. The idea of a highly coordinated pack, a concept popularized by film, finds little support in the fossil record. While multiple individuals have been found near each other, this may suggest mobbing behavior rather than complex pack hunting. More likely, Velociraptor was a solitary hunter or operated in small, opportunistic groups. Its intelligence was its greatest asset, allowing it to outwit prey in its challenging environment without the need for a complex social structure. Its brain case reveals a relatively large brain-to-body mass ratio, suggesting a higher level of intelligence than many of its contemporaries. This cognitive power translated into keen senses, particularly its vision. Large orbits in the skull indicate excellent eyesight, and its stereoscopic vision would have allowed it to perceive depth with lethal accuracy. It was a creature that saw its world in sharp detail, processing information quickly to identify threats and seize opportunities. Perhaps the most astonishing fossil ever found captures this animal in its final moments. The famous fighting dinosaur specimen shows a velociraptor locked in combat with a protoceratops, a pig-sized herbivore. The raptor's killing claw is embedded in its prey's neck, while the protoceratops has clamped its powerful beak onto the raptor's arm. They were preserved together in this eternal struggle, buried alive by a collapsing sand dune in the middle of their fight. This single fossil tells us more than 1,000 isolated bones ever could. It is a snapshot of behavior, a visceral glimpse into the brutal reality of life in the late Cretaceous. It confirms Velociraptor's role as a predator of animals, its own size or larger, using its specialized claw, exactly as scientists had theorized. It is a testament to the dynamic and violent world this feathered hunter inhabited, a world of constant conflict and adaptation. This creature, small and feathered, forces us to abandon the outdated image of dinosaurs as slow, scaly behemoths. It stands as a powerful link in the evolutionary chain that connects dinosaurs to modern birds. Its bird-like features, from its hollow bones to its feathered arms, were not an anomaly, but part of a widespread and successful lineage. The real Velociraptor reveals a far more nuanced and fascinating prehistoric world than we ever imagined. It represents a revolution in thought. The swift Caesar of Mongolia was more than just another dinosaur. It was a catalyst that helped reshape our entire vision of the Mesozoic era. It showed us that the age of dinosaurs was not just an era of giants, but also an age of small, intelligent, and incredibly bird-like animals. In its delicate bones and deadly claws, we find not a monster, but a marvel of evolution and a true whisper from the deep past.